Team's excited to be in game week, deep into game week. Today's working Wednesday of the next opponent, and even though it might seem as though we just finished playing. The game on Saturday was, tough, because we can see how close these games are. We can see how good we've become, and there's still been a few moments that have created losing, that prevent winning. A few plays here and there, it's literally down to that. So it's not a complacent attitude for sure. It's not a excited attitude either about where we're at. That's not it. I don't want to be misinterpreted. But there's a lot of encouraging things. The team has gotten better every week in all three phases. For some reason, really, in all four games, we have a few explosive plays in the passing game. That's not characteristic of how we play. That have been, made the games harder than they need to be. And then we've had some turnovers that have resulted in uncontested touchdowns, and that can't happen. So, and you're going to turn the football over. We'd like to not, but it's going to happen at different times. Obviously, it needs to be very low to be a good to great team. But they don't need to turn into scores. So we've had now 3 uncontested turnovers for scores. So if it's an anomaly, it needs to end. And if it's not an anomaly and it can be coached, it needs to be coached and end. So, because when those things happen in a game, you're not going to win. So, especially against, fine quality and competition. But we have bright spots in all 3 phases that we're excited about. And we're getting better. And we're excited to get back at it this week with a great challenge and a very exciting challenge. So the guys came back to work. I don't mind saying it here. I said to the team, I asked the day after the game. So are we sad? Is that the emotion? Is that the energy? Or are we resolute? Maybe even, dare I say, beat a little bit, that more of that kind of energy rather than downtrodden. And no one is. Everybody's just resolute, angry, angry, resolute, determined, seeing what we can be. And not trying to think back to what we should be or chances that got away. You can wallow in that, but really moving forward with a great energy of correcting our mistakes and resolute and determined to not having them repeat. And that's what we're working towards. Questions?
Do you see any difference in a short week when the team comes off of a loss instead of a win? Because it's off of a loss, are they more focused usually, or does it not matter either way, whatever you come off of?
I honestly